From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for The Debate.
Debate at 9, powered by Sarah and RP Sanjeev Goenka Group.
Good evening, my name is Niranjan and I'm filling in for Arnab Goswami, who will be back on this show very, very soon. Now, Jitin Prasada, a promising young leader from the Congress party, once seen as the Gen Next in the party, close to Rahul Gandhi, close to Priyanka Vadra, close to the Vadra Congress, the family, the first family of the Congress party, has dumped the Congress party to join the BJP officially this afternoon. That's debate number 1 tonight. A series of high-profile exits. Will Congress get the message? Insiders are saying many more big names are likely to leave the party soon. And at 10 p.m, our ground reports from across India as we continue to battle the second wave. A dedicated COVID broadcast on Republic TV.
अगर आप अपने लोगों के हितों की रक्षा नहीं कर सकते, उनके लिए काम नहीं आ सकते, तो आपका राजनीति और दल से में रहने में क्या उचित?
Jitin Prasada jumps Congress to join BJP ahead of the UP elections.
आखिर क्या ऐसा हो रहा है कि इतने बड़े बड़े नाम, इतने बड़े बड़े नेता, चाहे वो सिंधिया जी हों, अब जितिन भैया का जो पता चला है, क्यों ऐसे इतने वरिष्ठ नेता छोड़ के जा रहे हैं?
Grassroots leaders want the Congress party, want High Command to begin introspection at least now. Jolted by Jitin Prasad's move, Congress attempts to foil Sachin Pilot rebellion in Rajasthan. Twitter partially complies to government regulations after 2 warnings from the centre. Mehul Choksi's wife counters Barbara Jarabeka on Republic, says Scotland Yard is investigating abduction charge. Two members of Pakistan-linked drug cartel shot dead in a shootout in Newtown area of Kolkata. Jitin Prasada's exit from the Congress party just before the elections in Uttar Pradesh is a jolt to the Congress, whether they like to accept it or not, which is now clutching onto straws for relevance across India. Will the Congress party get the message? Here's the potential threat to the Congress party, and then we debate.
अगर आप अपने लोगों के उपयोग नहीं आ सकते, उनके सहायता के लिए आप मौजूद नहीं हो सकते और आपके इस लायक नहीं हैं, तो वो मुझे महसूस होने लगा कि मैं वो कांग्रेस पार्टी में नहीं करता.
Leaving the already crumbling Vadra Congress party in the lurch, party senior leader in Uttar Pradesh, Jitin Prasada, has joined the BJP.
देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी का मैं धन्यवाद अर्पित करता हूं कि उन्होंने आज इस भारतीय जनता पार्टी परिवार में मुझे सदस्यता और सम्मान दिया. अगर आज कोई इस देश में असली माने में कोई राजनीतिक दल है, तो संस्थागत इंस्टीट्यूशनल दल, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी. बाकी दल तो व्यक्ति विशेष और क्षेत्रीय, मगर राष्ट्रीय दल के नाम पे अगर आज भारत में कोई दल है तो वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी.
And his induction has put the spotlight on other Congress leaders who are unhappy with the chaos in party. In the spring of 2020, it was Jyotiraditya Scindia who jumped ship. He is welcoming his old friend Jitin Prasada now.
मेरे भाई हैं, मेरे सदैव दिल के बहुत करीब हैं। जिस राजनीतिक दल ने भारत के विकास में, भारत की प्रगति में एक नया इबारत लिखा है, उस भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जितिन प्रसाद जी का तहे दिल से, आत्मा की गहराइयों से मैं स्वागत करता हूँ।
Jolted by Jitin Prasada episode, Vadra Gandhi family is now trying to placate Sachin Pilot, who is unhappy over him being sidelined in Rajasthan.
Sachin Pilot has been reached out. Priyanka Gandhi has communicated with Sachin Pilot according to our sources, and also has told him not to take any decision in haste. Also simultaneously sending a message that she's sending an emissary from Delhi and also requesting Sachin Pilot to come to the national capital. Sachin Pilot is expected to arrive in the national capital post Friday.
In Punjab too, all is not well. A special panel is submitting report to 10 Janpad in election year.
The top leader of Congress party, Mallikarjun Kharge, is likely to submit the report of a panel which was constituted by the Congress party to look into the party affairs that are taking place in the state of Punjab.
Another Congress leader, Milind Deora, is dropping mixed signals. His tweets have triggered speculation. In one tweet, immediately after Jitin Prasada joined BJP, he praised Gujarat government, and in the next tweet, he warned the Congress, "We still have a strong bench that, if empowered and optimally utilized, can deliver." And more rebels are sounding caution.
It's a very worrying trend. In drawing rooms and in private conversations, of course, we know that a lot of leaders, a lot of Congress leaders are dissatisfied. I don't think it's even limited to the drawing rooms anymore. I mean, you saw the G23 letter asking for a change in leadership, a change in the party president. So certainly very, very worrying times for the Congress party.
With back-to-back defections and crisis in the party, will Congress get the message? Let's debate.
Joining us on the show tonight, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, live from Mumbai. Ratan Sharda, political analyst, author, RSS. Okay, I'll just call him author. Live from Mumbai. Rajat Sethi, political analyst and advisor to the Chief Minister of Manipur. Ratnakar Tripathi, senior leader of the Congress party. Shuchi Vishwas Srivastava, who's a political analyst, leans towards the Congress. Vandana Singh, political analyst, leans towards Samajwadi Party. Abdul Razak Khan, political analyst. But let me start with Rita Bahuguna Joshi. She's a parliamentarian in the Lok Sabha for the BJP, was a very senior leader in the Congress once, and left in similar circumstances like Jitin Prasada did at one point. Rita Bahuguna Joshi is in there chaos, and that chaos is becoming, worse in the Vadra Congress right before the Uttar Pradesh elections of 2022. Top leader Jitin Prasada compelled to say, and he said today that I felt, what is the relevance of staying in a party if you can't protect the interests of your people or work for them? I felt I was unable to do that at the Congress party. So what's really been going on, and what's the problem? I mean, leaders have, so many leaders like yourself, Jyotiraditya Scindia, senior leaders have left the party, but somehow they fail to get the message.
First, I would like to welcome Jitin Prasad to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and I think it's the right step which he's taken, but a little bit too late. And if he has come now, I think it's good not only for him but for the party as well. As far as you talked about the people leaving Congress, one thing is very clear. That is a party which has cocooned itself. They are not prepared to look out. They are not prepared to introspect, and they have really lost leadership. They are rudderless. They have no objectives now left, and their politics is politics of negativity. See, this country does not like negative politics. They have nothing to offer to the people, and their only love is to criticize the Prime Minister for every act, whether it's good or bad. So you see, whether it's the foreign policy or the internal policy or whether it's the economic policy, and even when the vaccines came in, the whole world was lauding us, and they were downgrading our scientists and putting a question mark. So I feel that a large number of leaders in the Congress party have started feeling that if they have to serve the nation, if they have to give some constructive, have constructive relevance then they have to shift out. And with Mr. Modi's policies and his dynamism, his honesty and hard work, and the way he's tried to transform every institution in the country, whether it's economic institution or whether democratic institutions, giving a lot of strength to social welfare schemes and to investment in the country, I feel people like us are living in batches. And I'm happy that I left in 2016 because I realized that they are a party without any leadership and they did not have actually the real focuses in place. And this is what's happening. Things are worsening now. So I welcome Jitin ji and I hope others like him also come into the BJP because this is a time of crisis and the nation should stand up together and all good leaders and social activists should be behind the Prime Minister in his attempt to save the nation from this pandemic and to rebuild our institutions and to rebuild our economic status or situation. So I'm happy that he's here.
Okay. Before I open up the debate, let me ask you another question, Rita Bahuguna Joshi, because you had a lot of adverse reactions coming in from the Congress party. For example, there was this tweet from the Madhya Pradesh Congress which was later deleted. But the tweet said, and I'm translating it, it said, Congress is happy with the departure of Jitin Prasada. It is as common as action and an action as throwing garbage in the dustbin. Now, they deleted it, but doesn't it show the respect that Congress has for its leaders? And taking that quote of what you said, that they're leaving in batches, right? So even if more batches leave the Congress party, it wouldn't really matter to them, would it?
First of all, there should be some decency in talk. And I think Congress has really lost all its decency if they've used this language. Why did Scindia leave? Because he was downgraded. He was being pushed to the end. Why was Sachin nearly left the party? Because his contribution to the party was not being recognized. See, the biggest problem with this party, Congress party, is anybody who becomes a little popular or gains strength, he's pushed back, he's pulled down. Because their leader does not have that caliber, so they don't want competition. So that is why, see, when a party becomes the monopoly of a single family, and when they're not prepared to honestly look at the things as they are, this is what happens. This party is being demolished. It will go into dust, and as we are gradually seeing, because people in this country want some positive action. You have nothing to offer to the people. You've been there for decades. And still, there's a big question mark on your system of governance, on the honesty with which you run the government. So party which is, jisko Hindi mein kehte hain dishaheen, they are directionless. So I think we should stop talking about them, and all good people who are there should really move out and join the BJP. This is how I would wish to see things go.
Yeah, Ratnakar Tripathi is one of the few Congress leaders who comes on the debate. When are you joining the BJP, Ratnakar Tripathi? Are you also joining the BJP?
Why will I join BJP? I am not Rita Bahuguna Joshi. I am not a power hungry person. I am not for the post. Professor Joshi was I think, a very renowned person, a very respected lady. What has she got? Just some few posts and some, importance in the BJP. And Niranjan, I am sorry to say to you again, because we are always on loggerheads. Please don't try to flatter your political friends by saying Vadra Congress.
I asked you.
There is no such party. There is Congress.
I asked
you. So please, let me tell you. When you please, Niranjan, please let me complete my sentence. When you are talking to a Congress person, be respectful. Otherwise, you bring someone who belongs to Vadra Congress. I don't belong to Vadra Congress. I'm a Congress leader, not a Vadra Congress leader. Don't try to flatter your political friends. And rest about Jitin Prasad, it's a welcome move. I really welcome his move. I want more people to go. Because what would happen? You know one thing, there is a saying, Niranjan. Love a person, leave him in the world. If he comes back, he was yours. If he does not, he never was. Rita Bahuguna Joshi ji, Scindia ji and Jitin Prasad was never of Congress. They are power hungry. That's why all roads go to BJP. They never went to any other party. And the same they will treat the BJP when BJP will be, fizzling out. They will shift to another party. Whom you are talking about, you know, Niranjan? Let me tell you, He is the grandson of poor Jayendra Prasad, who was the first district board president of Shahjahanpur. He is the son of Jitendra Prasad, who enjoyed power like anything in Narsinga Rao and other governments. And he got a general secretary of the post of Indian Youth Congress in the age of 29 years, just because he was the son of Jitin Prasad. And he is two-time central minister and he has joined BJP under the leadership of, in the presence of Piyush Goyal. Can you think of that?
What's wrong if he joins?
He didn't join in the presence of JP Nadda and let Professor Joshi praise Modi. The same words she used to, praise Manmohan Singh and others with all the flora and faunas in the words when she was there. The same was any person who converts, and let me end my sentence by saying so, that Swadharme Nidham Sheshta Par Dharmo Bhayava. अपने धर्म में मरना बेहतर है दूसरे धर्म में जाकर के गलने की बजाय. If you are in a party, serve the party. When the party needs you, you go to some other place. We are preparing for the elections of the Uttar Pradesh, and Jitin Prasad deserted the Congress. He was planning for 1.5 years. He made a WhatsApp group, Brahman Ekta Chetna Parishad. He added me. And the only tweet, and the only sentence which I wrote on that WhatsApp was today, when I said that the group DP is still having the icon of the photo of Jitin Prasad, and he was immediately removed. People who go after the political developments very well knew that Jitin Prasad will be joining BJP. It was just a matter of days and years. And why did he join? And why did BJP let him join? Because let me tell you, because more than 250 MLAs have written against Yogi Adityanath. They have blamed him for Thakurwad. And Jitin Prasad he is Brahman. Although the main characteristic of Brahman is not of being power hungry. That lacks him.
I'll let Sanju Verma respond to you.
But he is a Brahman by birth. So they are just trying to, let me complete.
Yeah, complete. Complete 30 seconds, I'll give 30 seconds.
After such a very long period. Yeah. So they just want to use him like a tool. Nothing else. He will be used to finger Yogi Adityanath, like the AK Sharma, Arvind Kumar Sharma, the ex-IS is being used for. Nothing else. Had he been given so much importance, he would have joined in the presence of JP Nadda, Amit Shah and Narendra Modi. He has shown in the place in the very beginning, Niranjan. And I'm very happy. Just 10 more seconds. The 23 people, I am saying it on record, Niranjan, the G23 which asked for the reforms, 7 minutes. I think they all should go, please. Because one day what would they have done? Had Jitin Prasad and any other person made the president of Congress,
I got your point.
They would have more
you want them to
BJP.
Go. No, I got your point.
Why you always come in between?
Is this a monologue?
Okay, it's yeah. Let her respond.
Merge the Congress in BJP.
No, you can let her respond.
Would have said this is the real
Congress.
Let them go.
And
in the process of making Congress with the Bharat, the Narendra Modi government party is making it Congress with BJP. Nothing else.
What kind of a debate
one second,
is this?
Ratna, 1 second. Okay, all of you, I told Sanju Verma and Ratnakar Tripathi, you can pull back. Ratnakar Tripathi, the problem is you start and you don't stop. Because I said 30 seconds and it's been 1.5 minutes. Can she please make the point? I'll give you a chance.
Niranjan, you can say that you can say that whenever somebody speaks, Sanju Verma interrupts there.
Okay, you know what? Okay, can we stop this and Sanju Verma respond? Okay, Ratnakar Tripathi, I'll give you your turn. Okay,
I won't speak.
I will give you your turn. Sanju Verma, make your point. Sanju Verma, make your point, and we'll give everybody their turn, please. Sanju Verma, please, yes.
Niranjan, okay, fine. I will just take 2 to 3 minutes. This man took almost 7 minutes. First and foremost, there's this famous saying, you can wake up somebody who's asleep, but you cannot wake up somebody who's pretending to be asleep. And I think Congress is the proverbial ostrich with its head buried deep in the sand with no inclination discussed very often. Be it Jagdambika Pal, be it Rao Indrajit Singh, who was the textile minister in UPA, be it Rao Virender Singh, be it N.D. Tiwari, be it, Narayan Rane and his close confidant Harshvardhan Patil in Maharashtra. The list of people who have decided to leave the Congress, not because it's a sinking ship, but primarily because Congress does not believe in something called grassroots democracy. It's my way or the highway. And who are the people who are perpetrating this my way or the highway culture? It's 4 people. Congress is today a private limited company run by 4 darbaris. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and of course the Damad Robert Vadra. So I fail to understand why are Congress acolytes on your panel getting so excited and hyperventilating. What Jitin Prasada said today is absolutely right. Today, Bharatiya Janata Party is the only party which is a national party. Tell me one thing, Niranjan. Congress was reduced to an abysmal 44 in 2014. They came up with a pathetic 52 in 2019. Under the able leadership, quote unquote, able leadership of Rahul Gandhi, the Congress in the last 7 years alone has lost more than 40 to 45 big and small elections. They had a golden chance in Bihar, where the NDA was suffering from a 15-year-old anti-incumbency. But no, they could not capitalize on that. Look at the Gujarat local body elections. Out of 576 seats, BJP won 483, Congress won 55, an abysmal strike rate of 9.5%. Look at Assam. Perhaps it was there for the taking, but we won again with a thumping majority for the second time in a row. And Bengal, where the BJP is by 2,500%.
Abdul, don't speak out of turn. Abdul, don't speak out of turn.
The Congress was routed
Don't speak out of turn.
in Bengal. Do you know, Ratnakar Shetty, what was your vote share in Bengal? Let me educate you. It was 4.8%. So stop hyperventilating. You can come on television channels and whine and press and fume and serve the Modi government for all one cares. But the fact is, power finally is what defines electoral democracy. You have to be in power to actually serve people. Are you telling me that you will be happy with this moral victories that you keep getting? Look at how your party has been reduced. So stop using this reductionist argument that Jitin Prasada is a nobody. Jitin Prasada was a 2-time MP. He served in the Congress UPA 1 and UPA 2 as Minister of Steel, Minister of Road and Transport, Minister of Civil Aviation, Minister of Oil, Petroleum and Natural Gas, and Minister of Human Resources. So today you turn around and say that this man is not somebody who we really care about, because in any case he was a non-entity. The fact of the matter is that Jitin Prasada has not been roped into the BJP to recalibrate the Brahmin-Rajput equation, which is what is being bandied about. The fact is, BJP is open to anybody who can contribute in a positive manner. It's as simple as that.
Okay, Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, I'll take a short question with Rita Bahuguna Joshi and I'll free her, okay? Rita Bahuguna Joshi, I know you have to go. I'll just ask you a short question. You can keep your intervention short as well. Immediately after Jitin Prasad's exit, Milind Deora tweeted praise for the Gujarat model. And Sachin Pilot yesterday was quoted in the media saying that he's not happy with the manner in which his camp has been dealt with. Promises were made, not kept up. Half the term is over, nothing has changed. And then you have the G23. Now, what is your hunch? Are more leaders on their way out?
But I would wish to see that, because these young leaders were there to serve the nation. They thought that Congress was the right instrument, the right party to really serve the people and serve the nation. But unfortunately, sycophants like those who are just speaking now, look at the bitter words, look at the language they were using. These are the kinds of people which do not allow the Congress party to develop. Why? Because they don't want good people there. And the good people do not want to stay there as well, because Congress has lost its national importance. The leader is absolutely weak. There is no leader 2 years from now from 2019. They have not been able to decide who is going to be their president. So anybody who is right thinking will come in, and I'm very sure that this young group of leaders who were there in the Congress party, they're totally frustrated. because of the way they are being dealt with. The party is moving. Negativity, negativity and only negativity. People want positive action, which Narendra Modi ji is giving to the country. We are into COVID crisis. We have to save the nation from this pandemic.
Yeah.
We have to rebuild our economy. And this is where we will need a lot of people. And all should come together in national interest, join the BJP and support Mr. Narendra Modi.
Okay, Rita Bhavani Joshi, thank you for that. Let me get
It has
to Suchi.
nothing to do with caste.
Yeah.
I again say it's nothing to do with caste.
Okay. Ratan Sharda and Suchi. Thank you, Rita Bhavani Joshi. Now, Suchi, look at what's happening in Rajasthan. Can you deny that there is a crisis in Rajasthan? We heard that a call was made today, Suchi, to Sachin Pilot to placate him minutes after, you know, Jitin Prasad officially joined the BJP. So there is a sense of panic. But is the Congress, in your view, willing to look within and really sort these issues out? Suchi, can you hear me?
Yeah, of course I can hear you, and I hope you're getting my voice properly.
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I think it is all about aspirations and personal ambitions. Because when it comes to Mr. Jitin Prasad, earlier also he was a minister for a very long period, and the ethics body of the Congress, CWC, he was also the member of Congress Working Committee. Then he was also the in charge of West Bengal, quite prominent and renowned. But it's all about the dignity and morality. When it comes to personal aspirations or ambitions, the decision which he has taken now, he's saying he was not getting the chance to serve the people. So I don't think it seems correct. Definitely it matters, but not that much. Because no doubt Congress is facing some problem. It's a battlefield kind of situation. But just because he was the close aide of Rahul Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi considered him as a friend, I think it's a kind of backstabbing, in fact. The man who lost consecutive 3 elections, in fact, lost his deposit in 2019 elections. So I don't think that this is something which is very, what should I say? It's all about morality and dignity. What I consider it as it's not about, it's all about his personal aspirations and ambitions only. It has nothing to do with public service, with the help of the people. One side, we all are facing this pandemic and the kind of situation whole nation is facing, and the kind of democracy actually Bharatiya Janata Party is providing. We all are very much aware of it. But when it comes to tod-phod, when it comes to getting senior politicians, whether Jyotiraditya Scindia or Hemant Biswa or Sachin Pilot, so just because he is very much close to Rahul Gandhi is something which is his, what should I say, the quality only. Because personally, I don't have any other word except backstabbing. The party who have already given him a lot, and now the party which is facing a battlefield kind of situation. So what this man is doing is absolutely selfishness, backstabbing against the morality and dignity. It's all about ambitions. And the man who can't serve his own party, I don't think that he can serve nation or he should talk about something else. This is what my personal opinion about.
Okay,
It's very clear and crisp.
Understood. Yeah, Ratan Sharda, you see the state of the Congress party now as of today. Okay, as of today, there's a crisis in Rajasthan, and we know what's going on. There's a crisis in Punjab, Captain versus Sidhu, right? There's a crisis in Mumbai after the Milind Deora tweets. You saw what's going on there. And Sanjay Nirupam, Milind Deora, you know, they've all been upset with the party for one reason or the other. You have crisis in Jammu and Kashmir with this entire G23 and Ghulam Nabi Azad situation, and where Congress party workers themselves came out in protest against Azad, right? Such a senior leader. There's factionalism in Kerala last few days after the choice of leader for the chief of the Congress party in Kerala. They've lost majority in Puducherry, and you know, leaders almost came to blows. We know what's happening there. Puducherry, they lost Puducherry, right? It's a problem, but perhaps, you know, we've so many discussions since 2014 about this, and how many elections have gone by and nothing has changed. But do you think, you know, they've shut all doors to possible recovery?
It's very interesting, Niranjan, that their leader has failed the party for nearly 32 or 33 elections. I've forgotten how many. He has very heroically lost for the Congress party. To compare his failures and talk about Jitin Prasad is a little joke. Secondly, the good that she talked about Hemanta Biswa Sarma. You had a leader, very promising leader, who was made to share biscuits with the dogs in a dog's plate. Is this how you treat your leaders? And then you complain about BJP. Thirdly, most importantly, in every debate you talk, whenever a leader leaves, they talk about dhokha, they insult the person, but have they done any Atma-Nirikshan or pondering over what went wrong with them? They had Antony report in 2014. It was consigned to dustbin. They have Ashok Chauhan committee now. The people who will never name the main culprit of the defeat, but they will name some sidekick and say this person didn't do this or that. If the leader is so uninspiring, who lives on Twitter and doesn't do anything on the field, if you don't talk about the leader. And secondly, the real problem is not that old people leaving. It's young leaders who had shown their caliber, who were from the same kind of quality, the typical royalty kind of families, that they have not been given a place. So in Congress, even if you belong to very highly achieving leaders' family, you have no place. You had Sachin Pilot, whose father, Mr. Pilot, was seen as a very serious competition to Sonia Gandhi. He died an unnatural death. You had case of Madharan Scindia, whose son Jyotiraj Singh promised very promising, and Madharan Scindia, one of the best performing, he died accidentally. And when these leaders are doing their own work, Sachin Pilot himself, they have been sidetracked. So how they can complain about others? You have to look inside. What is going wrong with the party? A party which has got even 19% votes now nationally has no leadership. So problem is not the party. Problem is not the knowledge or workers of the party. Problem lies with the leadership. Problem lies that is don't treat the leaders of the next generation like leaders or their colleagues. She says she was so close to Rahul Gandhi. Then why did Rahul Gandhi know what's happening to Jitin Prasad? Why he doesn't know what is happening to Milind Devra? Why he doesn't know what is happening to Sachin Pilot? So when there's a fire, suddenly you call Sachin Pilot to Delhi, you promise him chief ministership, then you just make him deputy and don't give him any rights. Then the chief minister puts a case. Police has case against his own deputy chief minister. And leaders are just playing games. उनको टाइम नहीं है. एक हफ्ता काम करेंगे, बाद में थाईलैंड जाएंगे, एक हफ्ता काम करेंगे, फिर इटली जाएंगे, फिर एक हफ्ता काम करके और जाएंगे. ऐसे पार्ट टाइम लीडर्स के भरोसे आप यूटी बार चिल्लाइए, जो मर्जी करिए. But people see that leaders feel that suddenly we are rudderless, we have done enough, but we are not getting anything in return. That fear of hopelessness for young leaders, that is what making them leave party, nothing else. They can keep blaming everybody till cows come home, but they have to look inside. If they don't do, you will just end up shouting on the TV, you end up sending tweets, nothing will happen.
Yeah, Vandana, let me go across to Vandana and then I'll bring in Rajat Sethi. Vandana, see what happens, right? Now, there are some leaders, I don't even know their names, but I have some comments of what they said today. They said entitled, lazy leaders with no commitment to ideology, don't speak against BJP, are a drag on the party, don't matter. Happy to see one such nobody join BJP today. Now, was he really a nobody? I mean, how can you call Jitin Prasad a nobody? One of the most promising leaders in the Congress party. Now, what's your take on this, Vandana Singh?
Look, I was just listening to the gentleman who was speaking before me. He's talking about dynasty. And all those who have been criticizing Congress and others for promoting dynasty, what are they doing now? Aren't they dynast? And I also feel sorry for the Congress for promoting such leaders, likes of Scindias and Prasadas. One is Maharaja, who was in the front line of leadership of the Congress. Prasada was also given opportunity. He was a minister, part of the UPA too. So when they were ousted, this ministry was ousted on accusation of corruption, non-performance, inefficiency. Wasn't he the part of the system? Now is he okay? I don't understand this. This is Congressization of Bharatiya Janata Party. And it's very easy to blame others. If he is such a tall leader and his stature is so big, then what is the criteria we are judging him? He won the election 2 times, 2004 and 9, when Congress came into the power. Then what was his performance and contribution in 2017, 18 and 14? Now he's behaving like he's jilted, he's not getting opportunities, and I was listening to Mrs. Rita Bahuguna Joshi. She was also from part of the Congress, she was given opportunity, she was in charge of UP when they went into election. What was her performance? Is she going to talk about herself? It's very easy to blame Rahul Gandhi or so and so and so and so. I think they should look into themselves. What are they doing? What did they do? She was charged with corruption on the ticket distribution in UP. They will not mention that. Then she jumped the ship. She joined the BJP. Mr. Scindia is there. What is his stature today? He's just trailing Mr. Shivraj Chauhan and likes of Narottam Mishra. Where does he stand today? It's the same thing. Whether it's the BJP or it's the Congress, then they'd say Congress is not treating them well.
I think
who's treating them well? Is BJP treating them well?
Understanding. Niranjan, please allow, you have had a good solid 5 minutes of say. See, this is where exactly the Congress is not able to understand the public. They don't understand what politics is meant for. Politics, in the art of politics, people and the public that you are serving is at the center, is at the core. It is not after individual posts that one is running after or individual interests in other parties or various other avenues within the party. See, if at all Congress had some kind of an understanding or a renewed zeal to occupy an effective role as an opposition, they should have been focusing around the demands of the public, their interests, and trying to work hard to defend and protect them. Clearly, nobody from top to the bottom is interested in serving the public. And this is why when leaders like Jitin Prasada, they leave the party, these spokespersons of Congress party, they come out and say, oh, we gave him positions in the past, we gave them ministerial positions. Then why did they leave and what are they getting in the BJP? They are not being made ministers. This is exactly the Congress's attitude of politics towards politics, that they look down upon the public. They demean the public. They feel that public is just a vehicle to reach to the corridors of power and then submerge yourself in the classic cases of palaces of intrigue. That is what they have been doing for the past 60 years, and this is the reason why Congress has ensured that the party is cornered. Today, the grand old party is not at all grand. It is only an old party, old ideology, old set of people trying to, drag whatever is left of the party and carrying out and over again for the next few years, as long as it lasts. And this is unfortunate for India. It is unfortunate for this nation because of effective opposition, a well-meaning, well-intentioned opposition could have actually served the public. But these people, now that they have been completely outcasted by the public, they are only cribbing, and one leader after the other are constantly falling. I mean, we are hearing that more and more leaders from the G23 group is actually coming out. And what is the principal grouse? The principal grouse is not that they did not get an opportunity to serve in ministers of power, on seats of power when Congress was in power. Their principal grouse is that there is no internal democracy within Congress. They are constantly saying just one thing: organize independent elections for the post of the president of the Congress party. And none of the panelists there is talking about the core issue that these G23 people left the party for. And remember, it was the father of Jitin Prasada, Mr. Jitendra Prasada, who fought the only last election in the past 20 years that Congress faced, and he contested against Sonia Gandhi for the position of the president of AICC. He was backstabbed by some of the elites within the Congress party. That's another story. But this was his grouse with the Congress party, the way it was completely, trying to put the entire party into the feet of Sonia Gandhi and Gandhi clan. That was his principal grouse. And I think his son is just finishing the incomplete business of his father. He wanted to ensure that there is internal democracy. When that didn't work out, he ensured that stepping out of this grand old party of sorts is the only possible way. And no spokesperson today is again going to raise the question or address the question of when are we finally going to see an honest democratic election within the Congress party?
Now, you see this Abdul Razak, right? Why wouldn't Jitin Prasada quit now? You can say whatever you want, but look at what he's been saying, right? Abdul Razak, and then Sanju Verma can come in. Now, he was completely sidelined in this Rahul camp versus Sonia camp divide that took place in the aftermath of the 2019 general elections, right? Electoral defeat. Even before that, he was going to quit. Somehow they placated him. Now, despite having experience in organizational roles by working as a president, UPCC, member of the Working Congress Working Committee, responsibilities were taken away from him. Finally made a special invitee to the Congress Working Committee. I'll tell you what else has happened with him, right? After he complained about party's functioning and need for a change, he was ostracized by this Lakhimpur Kheri unit of the UP Congress Committee, Ratnakar Tripathi will know, who had demanded strict disciplinary action against Prasada. And then Jitin Prasada was left out of all the 7 committees for polls and instead given leadership charge of West Bengal, Abdul Razak. Now, if you're being demoted somewhere, would you, and for no reason, no fault of yours, will you just, sit there, get humiliated, or will you, step up and do something? Abdul and then Sanju Verma will respond.
It is really good. It is really good to listen to. I really admire and appreciate, staunch BJP people, showing their sympathies and empathies towards the Congress. Congress is doing this, Congress is doing that. Okay, all right. Keep all this aside. My question to all these BJP people is, you were the people who were talking about Congress Mukt Bharat. Today you have become a Congress Yukt BJP. What happened to your party? What happened to your ideologies? When you talk about Rajasthan and the crisis in Rajasthan, is everything okay in Uttar Pradesh? Is everything okay in Karnataka? Look at the recent developments in Uttar Pradesh. Just ahead of 7 months to elections, all these things are bound to happen. This is nothing new to Congress. Veteran big leaders leaving Congress is nothing new. Look at what the BJP has done to Uttar Pradesh. What is going to happen in the coming elections? Look at the petrol prices. Look at the cooking gas prices. This is what the BJP can do. They cannot fight in election directly. There is some kind of appeasement somewhere. There is some kind of muzzle flexing. Come on, what happened in West Bengal? You fought on our leaders. All your opposition leaders were brought into BJP and you tried and tested. What happened? What happened? The nation is witness to all this. You try all these tactics and tricks, you will be slapped the same way you were slapped in West Bengal. You will face the same defeat.
He's just started speaking. Let him complete. 30 seconds.
Look at the way Dalits have been treated. Look at the way Muslims have been treated. Look at the way Dalits have been treated in Uttar Pradesh. Look at the way Muslims have been treated in Uttar Pradesh. Look at what's going to happen to BJP. All this showing the heaven in the palm is over now. This is practicality. Entire country there is an anti-BJP sentiment. This is where the Congress has to caption, has to somehow start from here. You will see in the coming days how Congress is going to restart itself, realign itself. So all those people who are selfish, who want to leave the party, it is good. It is good. All the yellow leaves are going. Let there be a green Congress further. But I am worried about BJP. What's happening to you? What happened to your leaders? What happened to your ideology? न नेता है न नीति है. पूरे हमारे नेता को लेके जा रहे हो. कर्नाटक में क्या हुआ? मध्य प्रदेश में क्या हुआ? गोवा में क्या हुआ? Come on, पूरे हमारे ही तो है पूरे आपकी पार्टी में. Now BJP leaders will become a minority in BJP in just coming some days.
Sanju Verma. Silent. Sanju?
I think the line got cut. Yeah. Niranjan, am I audible?
Yes, I thought you were stunned by Abdul Razak's response.
No, the audio got cut, so your team just passed me back in again. Okay, let me now make my point. I heard Abdul Razak Khan. I first want to comment on, I'll quickly comment on everything that all the panelists had to say, the anti-BJP voices. Somebody mentioned here about the fact that Jitin Prasada backstabbed the Congress and, politics is about morality and dignity. Well, yes, I do believe politics is about morality and dignity, but before that, politics is about the right intent and integrity. So these two I's are very important, intent and integrity. And I think the Congress falls short on both these counts. It neither has bona fide intent in serving the people.
Madam, forget about Congress, talk about your party. I asked you so many questions.
I think the Congress has absolutely zilch. It has nothing to do with integrity whatsoever. And Abdul Razak Khan, now listen, you made enough allegations. Who are you? You are just a political analyst. You are not even in any political party. So I am not here to listen to your bhashan.
Madam, न नेता है, न नीति है. आपके पास नेताओं की कमी क्यों है?
You know,
मोदी
Niranjan,
जी
you
से
do not allow
कांग्रेस
me
में
to
ना
interrupt.
नेता है ना
You
नीति
do
है।
not allow me to
आपके
interrupt.
पास
but
नेताओं
you
की कमी क्यों पड़
speak,
गई?
you allow the other panelists to interrupt. I did not speak unless you get upon the scene. Because you can't be unfair to me. The moment I start speaking, you allow the other panelists to butt in, which I think is not acceptable. Because I was not interrupting this man when he went on and on and on.
I haven't said a word to anybody.
No, I'm asking you to ask him not to butt in. Because you don't allow me the courtesy of intervening.
No,
when
I
the
have
other
given you.
panelist is talking.
I have given every. I've said the rules at the beginning of the debate. It's a proper debate. I'll give you 30 seconds more, and then maybe Ratnakar Tripathi can come in because Abdul Razak has had it say. Ratnakar Tripathi has been smiling. Sanju Verma, 30 seconds more, and let Ratnakar Tripathi respond to you.
I just want to say one thing. First and foremost, Sonia Gandhi, for all practical purposes, has been the Congress president right 1998 for almost 23 years now, barring a brief period when compulsive liar and compulsive contrarian Rahul Gandhi stepped in and failed miserably. So I think for the Congress to now take the moral high ground and teach the BJP a thing or two about internal democracy is laughable. As far as the BJP goes, right from Atal Bihari Vajpayee to Nitin Gadkari to Bangaru Lakshman to LK Advani to Nitin Gadkari, Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, JP Nadda, we've had an array of leaders. Point number one, and one thing that you pointed out, Niranjan, which I would like to reinforce. In case there is one or two, there's an instance where somebody is moving from one party to another, it's understandable. In Maharashtra, there's a problem between Milind Deora, Sanjay Nirupam, Bhai Jagtap, Prithviraj Chauhan. In Rajasthan, there's a problem between Sachin Pilot, Ashok Gehlot, Devpati Solanki, and Subhash Garg. In Madhya Pradesh, there's always been a problem between Digvijay Singh and Kamal Nath.
Okay.
In Punjab, there's a problem between Sunil Thakur, Amrinder Singh and Navjot Sidhu. So the Congress today is a divided house. The Congress acolytes on this panel, like Abdul Razak Khan, they can come and they can give as much as they want to in terms of a bhashan. But finally, politics is
I'll let
all
Ratnakar
about
Tripathi respond to you.
victories. And as far as electoral victories go, because if you're not electorally superior, how do you even get an opportunity to serve people? It's as simple as that. You need to win to be
Ratnakar
able to
Tripathi.
make a difference. You need
Refusing to
win
intervene.
be
Whoa.
able to change. You need to win to be able to transform. You need to win to be able to usher in the change you want to be. And that is precisely what the BJP is doing under Narendra Modi. I'll just take a small thing a remark that JP Nadda ji said. He said it.
Ratnakar Tripathi, are you conceding? I gave her 30 seconds.
Just 10 seconds.
No, हो गया अभी.
He said, BJP
whom are you giving 30 seconds?
I gave her 30 seconds. The time is up. You don't want to intervene. If you don't want to intervene, tell me. I'll get somebody else in. I can get Suchi in.
No, let her first stop from the.
She's not going to stop now. Sanju, give him.
She's the driver of
Let him
Radhani
respond.
Express.
Let him respond. Okay.
Then load up the volume of a fitter.
No, I'm not going to do all of that.
I can't fight. I'm a well-behaved person.
No.
Give me 1 minute.
Ratnakar Tripathi and I'll begin Rajat Sethi on the other side. Sanju, wait, let him respond. And then Rajat Sethi will come in. Yeah, okay.
Just a minute. Yes. 1 minute, Ranjan, 1 minute, Ranjan. Jitin Prasad and others had reduced their status to this pitiful status. 14, 17, 19. He forfeited his, what do you say, Jamanat in the elections. What did he do for Congress? I didn't say that he backstabbed. I said it is a welcome move. Very much welcome move. And let me tell you very clearly why these BJP people are so much worried about the Congress affairs. Because they want a person of their choice to head the Congress and then let the Congress merge with the BJP. And I will say it otherwise. Say it. If they are so much interested in the improvement and the performance of the Congress, ask Amit Shah and Narendra Modi to join Congress and let it come to the cadre. And one more thing, the last which I want to say, and don't interrupt please Niranjan. I have been taught and educated by the well-renowned professors of international repute in Banaras Hindu University. Let me say 5 I's. I am not interested in being educated by an illiterate, erratic, irrational and ill-behaved person with an IQ of the 6th IQ of primary. So let it be safe these sermons of Sanju Verma of primary school level IQ for the BJP people.
Oh, that's not required. No, none of that is required. No, not required.
Oh, that is thing.
Not required. Why are you making a personal comment now?
By renowned post-professor.
No, that was not needed. That was not needed. She wants to respond.
Let me educate you. And she's an illiterate person. I say it on record.
Not a joke these Congress people are. My dear friend, you throw the stone, mud falls on you. You spit on sun, it falls on you. भैया राहुल गांधी की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, सोनिया गांधी की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, प्रियंका वाड्रा की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, इसमें ना ही पढ़े तो अच्छा है, अपनी बेइज्जती ना करवाएं, प्लीज जरा बहस को अच्छे लेवल पर चलने दे, इतना ना गिरे कि आपके मुंह के ऊपर कीचड़ आके गिरे। सोनिया गांधी को माफी में उन्हें अपना बायोडेटा बदलना पड़ा, कहने पड़ा स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक था, ये क्वालिफिकेशन है सोनिया गांधी का। राहुल गांधी कितने पढ़े आपको पता है, क्या उनकी लीडरशिप क्वालिटी पता है? पॉलिटिक्स में you have to see what is the quality of leadership by winning the election. You can't compare with BJP. BJP जो करना है करेगी. Don't want Congress to be strong. Please enjoy falling a day. Nobody's bothered. Nobody gives two bits for what happens to Congress. It is for the good of the nation that you have a good opposition. You don't want to be a good party. Well, you are welcome to dwell in your own pity, self-pity. Nobody is going to worry about that.
Sharda ji, please come to the Congress. Join Congress. Why are you in RSS?
भैया कांग्रेस से मुझे कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मुझे पॉलिटिक्स में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, होता तो मैं कहीं न कहीं पहुंच गया था बीजेपी में, मुझे है ही नहीं इंटरेस्ट कांग्रेस में ना बीजेपी में, मुझे पॉलिटिक्स में आए बिना बात नहीं कर सकते क्या? Do you think?
Okay, Ratnakar Tripathi, you know what? Listen to me, Ratnakar Tripathi, 1 minute. I have exactly 3 minutes. Hold on. I have exactly 3 minutes. Now let's try and be a little civilized in the last 3 minutes. Okay, I'll tell you. I want to bring in Suchi and Rajat Sethi now. Okay, I'll give you a turn, Sanju. Hold on.
I'm requesting him to join Congress.
Hold on. See, Suchi, see.
If he's so much concerned about Congress,
hold on. Well, he's a political analyst. He has the right to speak. Right? He has the right to speak. It's a free country. Last we checked, it's a democracy. What's the problem? He can say what he likes on the show.
He is not a political analyst. He is a person of RSS.
Oh my, yeah, okay, whatever he is, what is your problem? He's here with a point of view.
Can I please respond to
What's your problem? He can be whoever he wants to be.
Niranjan, I want to respond to Mr.
Okay, Rajat is responding. I was going to ask Suchi a question. You diverted me, my strain of Rajat.
Mr. Tripathi, I am a young voter from Uttar Pradesh. I hail from Kanpur. Tell me one reason why I should look up to Congress leadership in the state. What have they done for the past 20 years for my state, or even have a vision for the past 20 years? Forget about this tutu meme politics, who goes where. I'm pretty sure, looking at the state of affairs in Congress, you will very surely come out of that fold and join some other meaningful party which can serve the public. But you as a congressman, I just want to understand from you, what do you have to offer to the public, to the Janta of Uttar Pradesh? You tell me that. In Kanpur city, we have sent member of parliament repeatedly in 2004 and 9, and absolutely zero development has happened in this city. I can tell you, there was unless and until BJP came to power and started.
Okay, Suchi is coming in.
On a completely torn
I have 1 minute left. Suchi, you respond. Suchi leans towards the Congress. She's going to respond.
Please, Suchi, you tell me. You don't come from.
She's from UP.
We should respect each other's opinions. So kindly,
please tell me. As a voter, I want to ask you. As a voter, I want to ask a Congress leader, what vision do you have? Why should I come out and vote for you? You keep cribbing about individual leaders, because I can tell you, Mr. Jitin Prasada has, he clearly thought that this vessel of Congress party is good for nothing. They cannot offer a concrete plan before the voters, and therefore he needs to join. I need to ask the leftover party leaders, leftover leaders of the Congress party, what is there that is left for this party in terms of vision.
Rajat, if you
please
can
enlighten me today.
For some time, then everybody can speak.
Please, madam, please enlighten me.
Yeah. Whatever your personal opinion, I absolutely respect it. What Ms. Vandana said, what you said, what Mr. Abdul Razak said, and as a spokesperson, we should respect each other's opinions. Fine. But first of all, I just want to clarify 3 things.
I'm a voter. You are the Congress party leader. Please come and enlighten me what vision you have.
I want to say what JP Nadda ji said. BJP.
I lost Suchi's video there. Her video is lost. Okay, video's back. Suchi's video is back, yeah.
Hello?
Suchi, you have 30 seconds.
Please show some dignity and respect to other panelists as well.
30 seconds, Suchi.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I won't be able to listen to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I just want to ask two things from Mr. Ratan Sharda. He said he is not interested in politics. There are few people who are interested in secret benefits. They are not involved in directly politics, but from silently they are doing something. Because in the manner he said in last turn, he said कि Thailand जाते हैं एक महीना फिर एक महीना काम करते हैं. The kind of language he used for a dignified politician shows clearly what kind of interest he is serving. I just pointed out.
You know what? Okay. Rajat is speaking, Sanju is speaking, Suchi is speaking, can't hear anybody. All of you are speaking over each other. Okay, listen. We have come to the end of the debate. Hello, Suchi, hi. Suchi, we've come to the end of the debate. 1 minute. Suchi, pull back. Okay, Rajat, pull back. 1 second. Time out, boss. Time for a break. 1 second. Hold on, yeah. Oh, take it easy. It's over. Debate is over. Suchi, okay, Sanju, debate is over. Hold on. Okay, let me thank you guys at least, yeah. Let me thank you guys. You know, Ratna, at the end of it, I'm so happy. At least all of us are smiling. But look at this, okay? Ratnakar Tripathi, don't say a word. I'm just saying thank you with one sentence, okay? PC Chako, A. Ramaswamy, Kerala Congress Pradesh Committee VP has resigned. Goa Pradesh Mahila Congress, Aditi Singh, Sindhya, Ajay Kumar was disillusioned. Tom Vadakkan, you know, I don't know how many more leaders. And we'll meet once again on another debate. And I want to see your response then. But thank you for joining us. Coming up next, we have ground reports on India's battle against COVID-19. Dedicated broadcast. Stay tuned.